We'll start our program now. I request Mr. L.K. Singh to welcome to today's webinar and start the program. Request welcome L.K. Singh, sir.
Hello, Roma members, new members. I'm delighted to welcome you all to this Roma Rotomolding Association webinar. This is a very special one because this is being held at 11 hours, 11 minutes on the 11th, and this is our 11th webinar. So this makes it a very special one. As you all know, Roma has had a very overwhelming response and support from the industry, right from inception and right now also. And we have now almost 90 members and growing. And it's a very good start, and I'm sure this will do. We have covered various subjects, but one of the very important ones is the extrusion, because in rotomolding, at least I feel, very little is done without extrusion. There are some dry blends people are using, having powder mixing and trying to do that, but that's not very common, especially in a hot climate like India, where we want a very good UV protection and various other features. It is essential, necessary to extrude to have a much better mixing. And of course, most of the people were doing it extrusion in-house, but now a lot of people are getting the powder done by blenders and polymer compound manufacturers and so on, which is of course a better quality and a good response, very good results also. So our extrusion is very important. I don't think in India very little is done that is not extruded. Very little is without being extruded, you know. And I'm very glad to have this opportunity. Thanks to our President, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, for giving me this chance to make this presentation. I'm sure this will also be a grand success, like all the other past webinars. And I thank you all on behalf of the Executive Committee and the founding members to be here today. And I thank you and welcome you all.
You can request Mr. Bhushanji for the presentation. L.K. Singh, sir.
Okay, but there's a brief introduction before I ask him. Mr. Bhushan is a Bachelor of Engineering from Polymers in MIT Pune from 2000 batch, and for 18 years he's been there now. I think 19-20 years almost. He dedicated experience in extrusion machinery in sales, marketing, service, and technical supports. And this is a very important industry and very critical one, where you can change the polymer phase just by having a very good quality compounding done by extrusion. So I think I'm very pleased to welcome Mr. Bhushan to make his presentation. Thank you. Mr. Bhushan, please.
Vipul bhai, can you transfer the presentation to Bhushan ji?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Bhushan ji.
Yeah, and my presentation is there on the screen, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Singh sir, for my small introduction. Manoj ji has requested me to use maximum Rashtrabhasha Hindi. मैं कोशिश करूंगा, because there are other members are also there. First of all, good morning and warm welcome to all the Roma members, raw material suppliers, machine manufacturers, processors and end users. ये सारी एक ही फैमिली है, इसी से सारे लोग आज हमें जुड़े हुए हैं. और जो लोग नए रोटोमोल्डिंग इंडस्ट्री में आना चाह रहे हैं या इस माध्यम से सुन के प्रेरित होके इसमें एंटर करेंगे, उनका भी सारे लोगों का वेलकम. सबसे पहले मैं रोमा एंड ऑल द कमिटी मेंबर्स का शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं, जिन्होंने मुझे ये अवसर प्रदान किया टू गिव अ स्मॉल प्रेजेंटेशन ऑन एक्सट्रूजन. जनरली जब रोटोमोल्डिंग इंडस्ट्री की बात आती है तो हमेशा रोटोमोल्डिंग मशीन ही हमेशा दिखाया जाता है या हमें वही सामने दिखता है. बट बिफोर मेकिंग अ प्रोडक्ट ऑन रोटोमोल्डिंग प्रोडक्ट मशीन, उसके पीछे की जो प्रोसेस है, उसके अंदर क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है, वो आज हम लोग हाईलाइट करेंगे. रोमा परिवार से मुकेश अंबानी जी का, राजेश सेठी जी का, राजेंद्र शुक्ला जी का, विपुल जी, एलके सिंह साहब एंड मनोज पैटिया साहब, जिन्होंने पिछले 10 दिन से मेरे पीछे लग के ये रेडी करवा के लिया. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity. Now I start with the subject, new approach towards power saving and more efficient compounding for rotomolding application. I will say the first of all, the roto compounding is very important words. Everybody should understand. Before few years, this industry was using is a granulation process और दाना बनाना है, और यू कैन से रिसाइकलिंग इंडस्ट्री इस तरह से इसको अप्रोच करती थी. और जिस तरह से इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स इंडिया में अवेलेबल थे या वर्ल्ड वाइड यूज करते थे, दे वर आल्सो एट द सेम थॉट प्रोसेस. बट लास्ट 10 years or 7-8 years, you can say, industry is transforming from phase of just making a tank to a different products, and as well as we are facing big challenges into domestic market as well as the global market. जब हम ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म की बात करते हैं, हमें कॉम्पिटिशंस हर सेक्टर से आ सकती है सर. जहां पे हम ये कहे कि हम अच्छा प्रोडक्ट दे रहे हैं, अच्छी सर्विस दे रहे हैं, ऑन टाइम डिलीवरी दे रहे हैं, ये सफिशिएंट नहीं होगा. ये पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ द बिजनेस है. अब ये कोई नई डेफिनेशन नहीं है. ये आपके हर प्रोडक्ट की स्टैंडर्ड फीचर होने चाहिए कि आप क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट देने वाले हो, आप टाइम पे डिलीवरी करने वाले हो, आपका प्रोडक्ट लाइफ लॉन्ग स्टैंड करने वाला है. इसके अलावा ये प्रोडक्ट के एनहांसमेंट नहीं है, अब ये प्रोडक्ट के पार्ट है इन ग्लोबल कंपटीशन. तो अब ग्लोबल कंपटीशन करनी है तो कहां हमें वर्कआउट करना पड़ेगा? हमें वर्कआउट करना पड़ेगा हमारी प्रोसेसिंग के ऊपर. प्रोसेसिंग स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम सिलेक्शन ऑफ राइट मटेरियल टू द फिनिश प्रोडक्ट, जो हम इस पूरी वेबिनार के थ्रू प्रेजेंट करेंगे. बिफोर दैट, let me introduce to my company. As Singh Saab said, I am representing RR Plus Extrusion, which is started in 1981. A 39 years of experience into extrusion machineries, export to more than 60 countries, capacity to build 100 plus extrusion lines per year. Current situation from last 3 years, company is achieving consistently 120 crore turnover. Under the leadership of our managing director, Mr. Jagdish Kamble, RR has achieved a leadership benchmark into some of the lines, which are drip irrigation industry, sheet extrusion lines, recycling machines, and extrusion lines for rotomolding compounds. RR Plus is the company. RR Plus has represented themselves on the global platform in the K shows consistently from last 5 shows. We have demonstrated live machines in Germany K show. We have been participating throughout the exhibitions in the world, whether it is a South Africa, whether it is a Kenya, whether it is a Mexico, or whether we have to go to USA. Yes, we are there in every exhibitions. We have a clients across the world. Being it was a show for domestic market, we are not covering to the international market. So this is a small introduction about my company. Now, what is our today's agenda? I am taking you a quality journey of rotomolding manufacturing. Now, most of the peoples which I can see are from the rotomolding industry, so they know the basic subject. But still, to start the subject, let us understand what is the rotomolding. Selection of a right granule of right MFI according to the application, making a right compound where you want to add additives, where you want to add colors, making it pulverize as much as fine you can do, and then from this powder you make a finished product from rotomolding, where you fill your powder into the mold, you heat the material while the mold is rotating, then you give a sufficient time for cooling the product, and the product is out from the tank mold. So this is a very basic process. We are not going to touch second and third process, which is a pulverizing and rotomolding unit. I am going to cover only this first part, which is related to extrusion. Now, rotomolding industry is not just a tank manufacturer. They are revolving themselves to serve different sectors across the world for different applications, whether you say road barriers, where you can say playing toys, dustbins, chemical tanks, safety tanks, different applications, still more to come. And I am sure most of the processors are looking for these technical products for their future expansions, where once you start thinking about these products, then you start thinking about the technical capability of processing a right polymer in right way and molding it in correct way. See, some of our clients, I have taken this information from our clients only from India. See, we are not only a tank manufacturer. We are giving support to the railway industry for the carrying the materials, supporting to our soldiers, farmers for the milk, safety for our family. So we are everywhere. Rotomolding is trying to give and serve to each and every industry. So when we are trying to do this thing, we need to be very, very sure and accurate what polymer we are selecting, how we are processing it. And that point I am going to cover in my presentation. Okay. Now, when we think about a roto compounding extrusion plant, what a processor should expect from this machine? He should ask the question to the supplier, or he should ask a question himself, what my industry require. First question, higher dispersion of color pigment. Second question, better melting of polymer without degradation of polymer and without changing the basic mechanical properties. Less exposure of material to heat. Homogenized polymer melting with the help of right screw, which is the heart of the extrusion. And the most important point, how much electricity or power I can save. Like countries in the Africa, where most of the people run the industry on the generators, or country like India also, where our electricity cost is very high. This should be definitely a goal. Then, you know, day by day, the cost of the productions are increasing. We must have a machines where we can think that less manpower dependability. And the last, consistent granule size. Does the extruder or does the compounding plant which you have is delivering these all points? I am trying to answer these all questions during my presentation, where we can understand each and everything. And then again, I will come back to this slide, whether we got the answer that the machine which we are going to see is giving or delivering these all points in the terms of the performance of the machine. Now, before we go to the technical things, let me introduce to you which are the different models we are offering for this roto compounding. Generally, we have seen spaghetti or the noodle or the stand palletizing machines, which are generally available across the world, which are generally used by every processor. And during this process, there are some challenges has been faced by the customers. We have come up with the new model, a die face cutting system, where you can see the complete layout I have shown you. I will explain you the process in the next slide. This is the machine layout, and these are the models. Now, where we are focusing, you can see in this charts, each and every model is delivering you the output, whether it is a 45mm screw, 200 kilo output, or 120mm screw, 1200 kilo output. The power consumption will remain same, which we are committing to my customer 0.18 kWh per kg. That means unit per kg. This will be this is always our goal when we design the machine and we deliver the performance. Now, I'll just take you the brief flow chart of this process. Okay, let us understand how a general machine performs. Most of the extruders, they are trying to mix the material manually. You need a rotopolymer, LLDP, then you need color master batch, you need to add sometimes additives to enhance the properties of the polymer, but those are physically mixed, physically mixed blend which goes into the extruder. Till date, I see a lot of people depending on the manual process of this operation. I like to take attention to this point. Everybody should now concentrate that if you are using a right doser, whether you can go for a gravimetric system, which can take your virgin granule, color master batch, additive 1, additive 2, and dose very accurately into the extruder, so that each and every granule which is coming out from your extrusion line has the same properties, because it is correctly blended in a correct proportion and in correct percentage. Those who cannot afford the gravimetric system, considering the investment cost, at least they can go for the auto hopper loading system and volumetric master batch dosing, so that at least you are rest assured that during the processing your master batch dosing is not varying, so that the dispersion of your master batch, or I can say color, is absolutely consistent in each and every batch, each and every granule, so that your product appear in right manner when you represent into the market. Now, lot of people talk about this dispersion and other process that I will take care in my next slide. So once you blend this material and which comes into the hopper, the next section is the extruder. After the extruder, you must filter the material. Lot of people ask me the question, why you required a hydraulic screen changer into the extruder which is going to process the virgin material. I like to tell you that during the filtration, you just don't remove the impurities which is from outside. Even you try to stop unmelted polymer, which sometimes comes into your virgin polymer also. Sometimes degradation of pigment, which is into the master batch, can be stopped, and your polymer can be rest assured that the finished product has a better quality. Then we have a new introduction of the product into the market from last 1 or 2 years, static mixers. Once you melt the material come out from the extruder, it passes through the static mixer. It again increase the melting quality of the product. Then die face cutter, जहां पे आप अपने प्रोडक्ट को डाई के ऊपर ही कट करते हो, you are not going to run the spaghetti or noodles. Water bath for the cooling of the product, and then the drying, and the collection of the material. Now, if you see this flow chart, some of the customers are going for the next stage of operation also. They collect the material from the pelletizer or die face cutter, put into the bigger silos where the material is collected into the tons of capacity, like 2 tons, 5 tons, so that in whole process the manpower operation becomes less. If you go for this automation, then I am sure one person can surely run the machine, whether it is a 200 kilo or whether it is a 1000 kilo per hour machine. Now, before we go to the each and every segment of this flow chart, extruder, screen changer, static mixer, cutting systems, I will like to take a small attention of a running video of our product. See, this is the granule which is sucked by the loader. You can put a dozer on the extruder, a die paste cutting system. Now it has become a close communication. Now the material is sucked by loader and granule is in your back. Now this operation become a complete closed loop operation. No human being touch, less area consumed. So the die paste cutter system we will discuss later on in more detail. Now the next system which is very popular into the industry is the stand pelletizing. Some people are saying recycling plant, some people are saying noodles pelletizing or spaghetti pelletizing. Here also the model remains same, only the process after the extruder change. From here, once your strands are coming out, pass through the tanks, drying, pelletizing and collected into the silo. Now here you can see the difference between the first layout and the second layout. The area consumed from the extruder to the end of the silo is little higher, but this is little cost effective. So one need to understand while selecting the equipment, even these equipments are consistently performing well. Here also the power consumption committed to my machine is 0.18 kWh per kg. I'll take small video of this stand pelletizing. Okay, sorry. Before that, we will go to the process. Same thing. You can have a proper mixing element, whether it is a gravimetric, volumetric dozer, hopper loader. After correct mixing, it will pass through the extruder, filtration through the screen changer, static mixer for better melting, multi-strand die, water tank, air knife, rotary pelletizing, collection of the material. So this is a complete start. To run this machine, you need water, which can be cooling tower or chilling plant, depending on the capacity of the machine and the atmospheric temperature where we are going to run this machine. This is another small video. These are the videos taken on our shop floor while doing the trial testing of the machines. We do a practical trial at rated capacity for multiple hours in our factory itself. You can see direct couple motor to reduce the friction between the belts, better energy transmission, volumetric dozer for master batch. You can set on the HMI, a barrier groove feed screw design. This is the dozer which is dosing the master batch into the polymer. Extruder, strand die, or you can say spaghetti die, cooling water bath, air knife to remove the additional water onto the strands, and the stand pelletizer. So what flowchart we have seen, that we try to cover into this machine. Maybe all the components are not available on the machine. This depend on the choice of the customer. Next. Okay. Now, when we discuss about the complete extrusion line, let us start with the first thing, that is the raw material and mixing with the right additives and polymer. What component we can use into this. Yeah. First, let us start. We don't depend on the manpower. Anybody can select a hopper loader, which is available in your factory, or you can ask the machine supplier. So the loading become a constant feeding to the extruder. Then at least basic element which one can select is the volumetric master batch doser. Why you need this doser? Economical feeding of the colors and additives. Precise metering reduce the color cost. This is very important factor. Say I want to add 5% of the color master batch, and while doing a physical mixing manually, if a person trying to do 4% or 6%, it will deteriorate the quality of the granule, as well as it has an impact on your manufacturing cost. Digital set point accuracy. So you can set the product very accurately, reduce the manpower. You don't require manpower to control this mixing. Less amount of material spillage, because now the system becomes auto. And perfect mixing ratio gives you color shade and the quality consistency. Now this is very important part when we think about the tank and the product which are going to use on the external application, where they are going to expose for UV sun rays. If your color dispersion is better, if your dosing of the master batch is perfect, then each and every product made on the roto molding has a consistent quality in terms of color shade, and according to that your product life will get enhanced properly, as well as the appearance of product always looks same. Whether you have a 50 products in your stacking, you can see the same product by use of this system. Next to this is level. If you want more than this, I will suggest most of the people should go for gravimetric unit. Those who are planning the machines high capacity, gravimetric unit will be much more accurate than the volumetric, and you can select the component level right from 4 station to 6 station. As I said, you can have a virgin granule, color master batch, additives, and some special additives to enhance the properties of the finished product. So that can be also selected with the machine, which will surely make much benefit into your extrusion manufacturing cost, because you are going to save the raw material in terms of small percentage, because your machine capacity is suppose a 500 kilo and you are trying to use a 3% of master batch or 4% master batch, and every time you are dosing accurately without giving a 0.1% extra, that is additional saving cost to the processor. Now this is the heart of the whole system, extruder. You can see different extruders into the market, different screw barrels into the market, and everybody comment according to their design, according to their knowledge about the performance of the product. Here RR Plast is offering you a special new generation extruder where we are using barrier type of screw with different mixing elements, which can be choose according to the polymer, according to the mixing of the additives, according to the capacity of the machine. Now this extruder, which is specially designed for auto compound, the screw design is dedicatedly for the polyolefins, where I can say LLDP material, homogenize polymer melting with respect to material and temperature to achieve the excellent dispersion of color pigment, low operating electricity consumption cost, good heat dispersion due to ceramic insulated heaters. Now, what is the technology I'm using into the extruder? Special groove feed design feed section, which increases the capacity of my machine. Special jacketed water cooling system near to the gearbox and the below hopper. air cooled barrel zones to achieve plus minus 1 degree temperature accuracy, so that your polymer is getting heat up at accurate temperature. Screw barrels we can offer you into different material composition depending on the requirement of the client. A normal screw barrel, which is EN41B gas nitrided, can be coated with bimetallic, with carbide coating. This depending on all requirement of the material. But we have all the capabilities to offer you different kinds of screws. If you can see this, the AC motor is directly coupled with the gearbox. For this particular model, we are specially offering this technology so that we try to reduce the transmission losses of the using the pulley and belts, so that power consumption become low, machine maintenance become very low. Now, when I was talking about different slides, everywhere I use the word low power consumption, better melting, homogenizing, and higher dispersion. Till time I just talk about these words. I did not explain you how we can achieve it, how one can achieve it. See, I'm trying to use the barrier screw into my machine. The barrier screw has a double flights. If somebody can see, this is the main flight, this is the secondary flight. Now, once you feed the material into your screw has a 3 sections: feeding, metering, and the mixing. After the feeding section, when material start melting, material never get melted 100% in the first section. It starts melting 20%, 50%, 80%, 100%. You can see section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4. Now this part is melted material, this part is unmelted material. Now you can see the next slide. The melted part is increasing, unmelted part is decreased. Again, the melting section has increased the area, unmelted has decreased. End of the screw, your unmelted particles are getting squeezed, and again it's going to tumble back onto the screw, so that this screw profile is making sure that your material is melted 95 to 99% inside the screw itself. You can see the color segments into the barrier screw. Now, when I said in the screw, the melting has happened 95 to 99%, but still I want the melting should be 100%. How I can achieve it? Yes, there are 2 more components will become the part of the system. End of the screw or middle of the screw, as per the design of the manufacturer, we use different mixing sections. What will happen into this mixing section? Once your melted material comes from the screw, enter into these sections, and you can see that material is entered, again come back, and then pass through the screw. So it's happening tumbling movement of the material. Material is not directly going. I am trying to restricting the material. By doing this, what I am doing, I am trying to increase the residence time of the material into the screw. And due to this, what happened? I will try to melt the material more better way. If you see these mixing sections, again it will work same. Once the material comes from this screw end, it will enter into these sections, go back, again come back. So this will again increase the melting efficiency of the screw. In these mixing sections, in the world market, you have a different designs are available: pinch type, Maddox mixing, spiral Maddox, vertical mixing. So many mixing sections are available that a screw designer or machine manufacturer select according to the polymer requirement. So this is the heart of the machine, which delivered you high output better melting, higher dispersion. While doing all these things, also it is taking care that there will be a low power consumption. When I say 65 millimeter screw, 400 kilo output, this is possible because of these few inputs into the screw design. When I say 45 millimeter screw and 200 kilo output, yes, this is possible because of this technology. I am going to run my all the screw more than 200 RPM. So one can just imagine the traditional equipment used into the roto compound, which are basically called as the recycling machines, has a screw designed to melt at a screw RPM of say 60 to 80 RPM. If they try to use this screw, increasing the RPM and trying to get the more output, material melting quality will be a question mark. Where this is where our extruder stands different than the other industry. At a higher speed, with less exposure to heat, I am trying to deliver you higher dispersion melted material with a low power consumption. This is a basic difference between a good compounding equipment and a general stand pelletizing equipment. Now, once this material is got melted and come up from the screw, we'll move to the next section. What will happen with this material? Now with this screw, I am trying to achieve 99% or 98% of the melting. 95% I have achieved into the screw design, another into this mixing element. Still, one can say that there may be possibility 1 or 2% material is not melted because of the so many different reasons, which how going to be covered, that I am making sure that material reach to the die, it is 100% melted. This I will cover into my next few slides. Now, before we reach to the 100% melting, there is another element coming after the extruder, which is the screen changer. Lot of people ask me the question, sir, I'm going to use virgin LLDP, which is about 4.5 MFI. I'm going to add only master batch or additives. So why do I require a filtration? You require a filtration. First of all, every single screw by default has a breaker plate. Screen changer also has a one breaker plate. What is the use of breaker plate? Breaker plate will first break the laminar flow of your material which is coming from the screw, because screw is rotating. The material which is coming from the screw is in already laminar flow, which is get break into the screen changer. Second thing, because of the breaker plate, you are using some mesh like 40, 60 mesh or 80 mesh, you are creating a back pressure. This will help to push the material at a constant pressure into the die, so that your strands which is coming from the die has a constant pressure and constant size. Now, even a person using a virgin material and a master batch, after certain hours of operation, say 24 hours, 48 hours or 72 hours, some of the degradation is going to happen because of the colors into the master batch, maybe because of the unmelted polymer came with the virgin granules, or maybe some physical contamination during the handling of the raw material. These all points going to be get checked and filtered into the screen changer. That's why this system become very important into the machines, at least those machines which are high capacity. Now, also it helps operator to change the screen within 10 seconds. So less downtime of the machine. Another biggest advantage in the roto industry, nowadays we have to use different colors. It's not only about the black tank, we need to use different colors. So while changing the color, your screw get clean or purge out because of the pressure, it is rotating. But once this pressure drop, your material finish into the screw, the material which is stagnant into the breaker plate and the die need some time to get clean. So when one person try to change the color from one color to another color, he has to wait for 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get another color. By the time there is a wastage. If you have a screen changer in your machine, one can remove this breaker plate, clean the breaker plate, put the fresh mesh so that color changeover will be faster. Less material wastage will be there. This is biggest advantage of the screen changer for the rotomolding industry. Those who are looking for color change in their operation, they must have this equipment into their machine. They are available in two different options: manual screen changer, hydraulic screen changer, and somebody want, we can also offer them a continuous screen changer where one don't need to stop the machine at all while changing the screen. That option is also available. Now, during my extruder explanation, I try to explain you that your screw is going to melt around 95%, then further is going to take care by the mixing element into the screw. Still, I have not achieved the 100% melting. One can say I am at 98%, 97% of the melting. Now, this is the additional equipment which we have started offering to our customers. This is called as a static mixer. Just have a look. This is the cross section of this product, which is inside one adapter. This part will be installed between the screen changer and the die. It will be get covered with the adapter. It will have a heating on the top. I have removed this adapter and tried to show you the section elements. You all can see carefully the design of this mixing element. Material is going to pass through these cavities, and one can see that material is going from here, coming back, again going here, going down, then again going forward. So what is happening to this mixing element? The material is tumbling up, down, reverse, forward, and then pushing ahead. So during this operation, what is going to happen with your polymer, which has a pigment? Outstanding mixing performance. Minimum pressure drop, very important criteria. If you have a less pressure drop into your die, your strand size is going to be the consistent. This element is extremely strong and unbreakable design. As we said, there is a less pressure drop, consistent granule size. Effective equalization of temperature and velocity. Now this is very important thing. When one try to melt the material, there are some assumptions in the industry while using the different kinds of extruders. They try to achieve the melting by increasing the temperature. No, this is not the right way. And if you are giving a different heating temperatures material, the material will also behave differently. Due to this mixing element, one can have a proper melting temperature across the melt material. Now, optimize the surface quality of the product produced. As the mixing is increasing, homogenizing is going to happen. So it is but obvious the finished product, the granules, will have a very high quality of the surface, which will result into the finished product when it is going to use into the rotomolding machines. Another commercial aspect about this equipment, because this is not going to come free of cost. I am going to charge X money for my customer. So he has a right to ask me, if you charge me X rupees, what benefit it will give me other than the quality of the product? It is going to give you saving into your additives and color master batch. Suppose a person using 5% of the color master batch to his process, and once he start using this new screw design, the static mixer, same effect, same final results he can achieve with less percentage of the dosing of the pigment. This is going to be a cost saving for the customer. Now you are not achieving the results which is required for your finished auto product. Like I need very high quality black dispersion because it is going to restrict the UV. So I am trying to increase the percentage dosing. Instead of that, why don't you think to use same percentage of master batch or less percentage of master batch, but try to mix it in better way into the polymer chains. This is very important. If your pigment gets properly melted and passed through the polymer chain, it is definitely going to give the better results into your finished products. So this is a new definition I'm trying to explain you. This has been not used by us in earlier machines, but last 1 year or 2 years, we are giving this option to customers. Some of the customers who are attending this webinar has tried to use this equipment into their machines and they are getting the results. Later on, one can definitely analyze the finished product quality by using these elements. I will just share one small story before we move to the further presentation. One of my client who is making a powder. In this webinar, I'm not trying to use the names because all are my clients. He has come to us with a problem. He has an extruder where he is making a roto compound powder and trying to export into Europe market where it is getting rejected. I asked him, what happening with your powder? What happening with your compound? He said, the mechanical properties of a virgin polymer and the mechanical properties which I am giving into my powder or granules are varying, which my customer don't want. So on a positive note, we studied this, all the facts, all the issues. Accordingly, we selected a right machine. We done a trials where we use LLDP polymer virgin without adding any master batch, extruded it, made it a granule, and then we given this both the things, extruded compound and the virgin polymer, and checked into the lab how much difference is coming into the polymer properties. And I can say proudly the difference was not so big. Till I have melted the material, I have exposed my material to the heat, I have made a granules from the virgin granule, but both the products are almost same in terms of the mechanical properties. Then that polymer got approved for my client and he made a compound after adding the additives. So this is possible only with the right design of the screw, correct way of processing, and correct way of using the equipment. It is not only one can just give the higher heating or one can just slow down the extruder and try to melt the material. No. So these are very, very important factors when one try to see at a high quality compound. Maybe a tank manufacturer is not looking on these products or on these figures or on this information, but definitely technical products which I highlighted into my earlier PPT, different applications which is used into the sea industries or the playing kids equipments or the bigger boxes for the carrying, definitely require these properties into your finished product. So this all system will surely help you to give you right product from the extrusion system. Now we have finished our melting section where we have mixed the material, melted it. We have seen how correctly it has got melted. After the static mixer, I am sure now material is 100% melted. Also, it has got filter into the screen changer. Now it has come into the finish stage where I can have two options. One is a die paste cutting or strand pelletizing. So now the melted material will enter into the die and this post equipment will change. Now in the both options, the before the die, the component remains same. In the die paste cutting, the system will change. In the strand pelletizing, system will change. Only this is the difference into both the models. Now, what are the advantage of die paste cutter? The most important in current situation, less space. A lot of people face problem with the space in the existing factory. So this will definitely save a lot of space in terms of not using the water tank and stand pelletizer. So I can say that is a small footprint. Because of closed loop operation, production increases. Consistent granule size, you are not depending on the manpower or the stand pelletizer. During the stand pelletizing operation, there are some wastage get generated because operator has to take the noodles or spaghetti from the die and enter into the stand pelletizer. So that can be minimized on this system. Lower power consumption compared to the stand pelletizer and easy to maintain. All these parts are into SS304. So I will not cover into that technical point. That will become a part of the technical discussion or quotation. So this is the first system. Second is the stand pelletizer. One can see we are offering rotary pelletizer. It's not a blade pelletizer. Even this system is getting used by a lot of my customer. They are using for years and years. Granule size is also consistently. But as time change, one can definitely think about the die paste cutting system. Now, whatever we discussed today about roto compounding, it was all covered about the virgin polymer, which is called as a roto grade. The MFI will be about 4.5 MFI, additives and master batch. In the whole discussion, I did not talk about recycling, foaming, or using the recycling material into the system, because the machine which I explain you is not suitable for recycling the waste, recycling the roto waste, recycling the foaming waste, because that machine is purely designed for virgin granules. That machine is not for the recycling product. But as we know, there is a parallel industry into roto molding industry, which makes their finished products with the recycling product or combination of a recycling material like LLDP, film waste, roto waste, and LLDP virgin. So this is also parallelly a big industry, at least in India, where they are trying to make this mixing. For this product, I have a different solution. The machine which I have given you, which I have shown to you, is not suitable for this industry. But this industry also need a solution. I have a different solution for this industry. Recently, one of our client came up to us that nowadays I am making a multi-layer tank where the middle section is the foaming, and I have generated lot of waste of this tank, and this foaming agent is a part of that waste. How I can make a granule from this waste, which is free from foaming agent. So this was another subject which came to us about 1 year back. Somebody came with this requirement to us. For them, we have a different solution. I told them the machine which you are looking, is not a roto compounding machine. The machine which you are looking, we can term it as a recycling machine. Now, what I need to offer you? I need to offer all these customers who are looking for dedicated solution for their waste recycling, or those who want to make a compound for recycled material, a extruder with a degassing segment. Now the whole concept change. We were talking about the smaller screw size, higher speed, better melting, low power consumption. Now here it exactly reverse. Bigger screw size, low speed extrusion, but very high quality degassing. This is, in technical words, it's called as a vented extruders or vented screw barrels. Why I need this kind of screw design or extruder for this application? Why? Because I am going to mix at least 3 to 4 different components. Say assume I'm trying to make a compound from LDF film aglo. So aglo has a different bulk density. Say assume 300 grams per liter. Then I'm trying to use the scrap of my tank waste or wash scrap collected from the market, which has a bulk density of say about 400 to 500 grams per liter. And then I want to add the virgin material also 20%, 25% to give the strength into the finished product and master batch. It has a different bulk density of 600 grams or 700 grams per liter. Now 3 to 4 different material, different bulk density, different shapes. Agglomerator material has a different shape, grinding has a chips different shape, and granule has a different shape. I have a challenge to mix all these polymer together, and till I am looking for the word homogenize melting. How it is possible? Yes, these screw designs has a bigger mouth opening. Those are non-grooved barrels. These are a low speed extrusion. As I'm going to reduce the speed, my length of the screw is increasing. I'm offering you 35 L by D extruders. With the combination of this, I can rest assure you that even you are mixing 4 different materials, your material melting will be much homogenized, and with the help of degassing, you are trying to remove the moisture from the polymer, which is very important part. When one start talking about the recycling, it will have a contamination. If scrap is very dirty, somebody has washed it, so it has a moisture. If you remove the moisture before it pass through the melting polymer chain, your product quality will be better. Moisture is the biggest enemy of the polymer to make it bad quality. Once this moisture pass through the polymer chain during the melting, your product immediately become very weak. So this has to be removed from the melt before it pass through the granules. And the third thing, if your finished scrap has a foaming agent inside, this foaming agent has to be removed from the granules from the degassing section. Then those granules can be again used back to your system. These all things are possible to achieve with this degassing extruder. Rest of the system remains same. Whether you are doing a stand pelletizing, whether you are doing a die paste cutting, whether you are mixing material by hand or the auto section, that all sections remain same. Only I am going to replace your extruder. This is the different solution for your requirement. So when we talk about the rotomolding industry, one must explain your requirement, your raw material properties, what you want to mix to the machine manufacturer, so that accordingly he should suggest the right solution. So we are ready with both the options for all our clients. Now, another challenges during this COVID. Till date, whatever the machines we have supplied, whether it is in export market, South Africa, Kenya, or the Saudi Arabia or Indian market, to all the big players, because of the simple operation, people has not gone for the PLC touchscreen operations into these machines, unfortunately. And we have also not made pressure on the customers to buy this system in our machines. While our all other machines, whether you talk about drip irrigation, whether you talk about sheet extrusion lines, they have a dedicated industrial 4 PC into the machines. These are the need of the time. But last 3 months, this COVID has taught us why these systems are important in the future. Once such a situations occurred, these PLC systems or industry 4 smart machines, we can access your machine from my factory. Whether you are in South Africa or USA or India, any part, I can access your whole machine from my factory. I can diagnose the problem. I can solve the problem. I can guide you how to solve the problem where you are into your factory, and I am your brain working behind you. This will be a need of time which we are going to emphasize to all our clients in our future machines. Why these systems are important? Now during the COVID-19, you can see when we started our factory in the month of May, 1st May, machines were lying on the shop floors. Those were ready for dispatches. Neither Indian customer, neither outside client customer is going to visit us. So how to approve the machines, how to dispatch the machines? Those machines which has reached into the different countries or different part of India, how to get them running? This was a big challenge. Till March, nobody had the thought process on this subject because it was never needed. We were always there for our customers. Whenever they need, we were ready to support them, help them. We had a team to support them. But in the month of April, we understood we have a big team. We have all the instrument, till we cannot support our customers. Then we start working on the different solutions. You can see that on the 9th May, we have given the live demonstration to our Mexican client for recycling machine, where one of our person from Mexico, our technical team and the client, for 2 to 3 hours, we were running the machine. They were observing the machine through the camera. They were asking the questions. They wanted to see different parts in close view. They asked us to stop the operations, again start the operation. All things has been done. And on that basis, they approved the machine for dispatch. So this was the new subject for the industry. Now, this is for the machines which are ready on my shop floor, but the machine which has already delivered, or I am delivering you now, how I'm going to install it? Because next few months, I don't know who is going to travel in international flights, whether the traveling is allowed. But show must go on. A person who has invested money on the machine cannot keep it idle. So now we have option ready. Those machines has a PLC program control, can be very easily accessed from my factory. We can take the team on the web camera. We can take the team from the customer on the different media, and we can install the machine. And this we have done successfully in Sharjah, Oman for the sheet extrusion lines, and in India for the drip irrigation pipeline. These machines got installed without a single RR person present with the machine. All these activities happen from India with our guidelines. I know it takes little more time. It takes little more efforts. It requires little more energy. But yes, solution is available, and it is possible. And this is, we have already done it, and next few months or a year, I don't know, this is going to be the need of the time. So we are available with the solutions for all my clients. These are the small pictures. Even in India, if my people are visiting, they are taking care, guiding the engineers, taking the safety measures, and still they are working it. Because end of the day, the slogan is must, show must go on. You cannot stop. You cannot hold the economy. You cannot stop working. We have to live with this situation now. We cannot avoid it, but we should not also get afraid it. Last 1st June onwards, my whole team is consistently working in the factory with all the safety norms. More than 100 people are attending the factory. My director, myself, everybody, every day is available in the factory to support the customers, their requirements, and dispatching the machines. As this is not the subject of rotomolding industry, but some of the members asked me to take a small note on this point. In between, in the month of April, we have designed one new machine which is called as a melt non-woven fabric production line. This is the fabric which is used into the mask. If you see 3-ply mask or any N95 mask, it has the internal layer which is called as a melt blown fabric. In the month of April, this material was not available in India in sufficient quantity. Very few companies, like 5 or 6 companies, were producing this fabric into India for this application. So, considering the need of time, our director, Mr. Jagdish Kamble, and our team thought to develop this machine. But developing R&D and making possible, it always required a one cycle, one time phase. Here it was a challenge. It has to be done in short period. Because if I develop excellent product and it get delivered after 6 months, no use in the current situation. 15th April, we had a thought in mind to design this machine. And I can say proudly, 15th June, our first machine was on shop floor. And 26th of the June, we have delivered successful first machine to our first client. Till date, we have supplied now 7 machines across the India and further 10 machines by end of the July. This is the big achievement by any Indian company. If this has been not developed by RRP into India, then the whole dependability was onto the global market, whether the machinery from China, Taiwan, or Europe market, which was not possible to bring in such a short period into that situations. But I can say proudly, in this situation also, currently my 7 engineers are there on the sites to support the customers to start these machines. So this is another achievement which we have achieved into last 2 months. This is just for a knowledge purpose to all the members. This is not related to the rotomolding industry, but it was a need of time. So once again, plastic has come to support the human being. Now, these are all our customers who are rotomolding processors or compound processors. They are using our machines. I have tried to cover most of them, but maybe possible some of the names I have not taken. So they are using my machines from last 5 years or 10 years, long way back. Also, we have a good representation into Saudi Arabia, South Africa, all the African countries and Latin America for these machineries. I like to thank Roma for giving me this opportunity. I have tried to cover a lot of points, but before making the end of my presentation, I like to go back to the slide where we ask certain questions.
I think Bhushan ji will have the question answer after this lesson.
Yeah. No, just before that, I
Yeah.
want to make finish whether I have covered these points.
The strategy, actually, this question is a part of the presentation. So let's finish, Bhushan ji.
Just a minute, sir.
Bhushan ji, yes, sir.
Yeah, आ रहा हूं, sir. हाँ. Okay. When I started my presentation, technical presentation, we have gone through this slide where the slogan was what one should expect from roto compounding plant. पहला question था higher dispersion of color pigment. Yes, by selecting the right screw, right mixing segment, using the static mixer, one can definitely achieve with my machine. Better melting of polymer without degradation of polymer. Yes, my screw designs are designed such a way that you will not get a degradation into your polymer. I have given you one example. You can take a virgin granule of LLDP, put into my machine, make the granule and check the properties of the both materials. We are quite sure you will be very close to the all properties. Less exposure of material, yes, because I am offering you high speed extrusions. Homogenized polymer melting, yes, I explain you barrier screw and its use. Low electricity consumption, yes, I have shown you that all the my model, whether you select 200 kilo or 1200 kilo, we guarantee on my brochure to my catalog 0.18 kWh per kg will be your consumption power. By doing automation, you can reduce the manpower dependability, and by using the die paste cutter or the better design of pelletizer, you can get a consistent granule size. These are properties one can expect from a compound which is going to delivered from my machine. Do you think that a normal pelletizing or recycling extruder which is used into general industry is going to deliver you this? No, not possible. So these all points I try to explain you. If regarding this any question is there, it will be welcome. Yeah. Again, thank you very much to all the participants in this webinar, listening to me and all the Roma committee members.
Vipul bhai,
Yes sir, बोलिए.
can you join me as a presenter now?
हाँ, एक. Done. Now you can share your screen.
Yeah, good afternoon, all Roma members and FGC board directors and my colleagues. We thank you very much, Mr. Bhushan Sonagarji, for RR Plus Extrusions for wonderful presentation about new approach of power saving and more efficient compounding. It is the need of our hour to understand compounding technology for rotomolded products. It is definitely benefited to our all members who are presented, who are present in this webinar. It is a good opportunity to understand now the latest technology which is used for the compounding. So now, as the rotomolding industry is growing in very fast track, and for the different custom molding products, the compounding also play a very important role. So we definitely, it is a very informative and interesting for all the roto molders. Thanks, Bhushan ji. I also thank Mr. LK Singh for giving the welcome speech and the good and the welcome and the introduction of Mr. Bhushan Sonar ji of RR Plast Extrusion. Now, as you all aware that Roma has completed almost 1 year, and in last webinar we celebrated our 1 year celebration program. It was a great successful program, and a lot of people from the industries attended. As we have mentioned in the last thing, that the main pillars and the brain for this Roma team, as you are all aware that Mr. Vishal Agarwal, Mr. LK Singh, Mr. Nayan Parekh, Mr. Rajesh Sethi, Mr. Mukesh B. Ambani, Sushil ji, Rohit ji Rungta, Mr. Bhushan Khadke, Vipul Rathod, and Mr. Manoj Patria and Venkat Madhav. It's a very strong team who has developed in 1 year this platform for the Roma to this height. So I am very thankful to the complete FGC team who has worked very hard complete year to reach up to this position. I also thank the backbone which always supported us from the beginning. They are our backbone for the Roma. As you are aware, the Nidhi ji is there, is from the Elite Plus. They are our main partner for all the programs and things. Umesh ji Nayak, Reliance Industry, always they are supporting us for the Reliance is always supporting from the beginning to the Roma. We thanks to Umesh ji. Nayan Bhai has always given the encouragement to us. We thanks Nayan Bhai also for the presentation. Dr. Pradeep Upadhyay from the CPET, they have also encouraged us from the beginning, and now they become an honorary member in supporting in all respects. They are ready to give the things for that one. I thanks Pradeep Upadhyay ji also. Dr. Srikant, Mr. Diwanji, from the beginning, he's from the Reliance Industry and supported for the roto molding industry. I thanks to Mr. Rajnish Gera also from the Syntex Industry, Dr. Jitu Kapadia, Mr. Jinu Joseph, Mr. Gary Letigan from the beginning. They are supporting. He's an international consultant and always he has attended all the webinars, and from the beginning he's supporting us. Thanks, Mr. Gary. Mr. Mihir Banerjee also supported us. Mr. Sanjay Shah, Mr. Raju Desai, and Mr. Jagat Kilawala from EPMA, they also supported us from the beginning and always ready to support us to develop our roto molding industry in India. As you are all aware that we are almost reaching to the 100 members in the coming time. We have almost 4 honorary members. They are from the CPET. One is our CPET is our honorary member. Then we have got the Elite Plus is our honorary member. Then the Rajiv Plus, Jinu Joseph from Modern Plastic, he's also honorary members, and IPI is also honorary member. They are also supporting our roto molding industry. I thanks to all these honorary members. They should support us and do in the future. In our membership drive, we have recently joined Rajiv Plastic Industries manager. We welcome to Roma family. Earlier he had given the presentation for the master batches, and now he become our honorary supply member. Roma team welcomes you on this occasion. As you know that we request all the non-members to become the Roma members so they can get the facility. Special packages are available for the membership drive. If you pay for 1 year, you can avail the facility up to December 2020. So this is a very special package available for the new members. I request people who are not become member, requesting them to become member. We have also earlier we have mentioned that there are good packages for the roto molders and the suppliers to give the advertisement and the sponsorship program that they can avail from our website. So always the website is very updated now, and people can take the advantage for our website then the sponsorship programs and the EV program that is also very common for the vendors and the platform suppliers and the purchases platform. I also thanks to our the sponsor to always support to us like Das Kaveri, Hira Rotomolders, Aryan Puja Rotomod, Pius Make, ML Industry, ICI Bank, and Swastik Rotomold. I would like to give a special thanks. After our 1 year completion, we got a lot of compliments and appreciation from our rotomolding industry people. I give special thanks to Mr. Anand Mandana of Sangir Plastic Industries. I also thank Mr. Dhannu Patel from the Rehnard Industry, Mr. Blaze from GMI Charak Industry, who has encouraged the Roma team and given the good appreciation for us. I also thank Mr. Basin from the Simplas Industry. They also sent us the good appreciation letter. I also thank Mr. Lalit Sharma from Surmi Polymers and Mr. Atul Pai, Mr. Sanjeev Mittal, Chairman, and Mr. Nikhil MD, who has always sponsored and encouraged our team to do. We definitely do the things to upgrade the rotomolding industry in India. We are very thankful that complete year we have got a good support from all the membership. And this coming year we are coming up with a lot of new programs which will definitely improve and upgrade the technology for rotomolding industry in India. I once again thanks, and our next webinar will be now on the 11th. Sorry, it will be on the 8th August 2020, after the 1 month time, where we will also bring a very good speaker from the industry who is going to give the good presentation. I thanks all the members and support from the beginning. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Now I request Manoj Bhai to have the question and answer session to start with. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thank you, Sadi ji. First of all, I am giving special thanks to Bhushan ji for accepting our request for presentation in Roma platform. And also Bhushan ji is our partner earlier also, because of he is very much in touch with our rotomolding members, and we will continue to work with RR Plastic for in future also for betterment of our rotomolding industry. And I am giving special thanks to Mr. Vinod Kumar of Reliance Industries for working with RR Plastic for this presentation to happen. And first of all, I'm inviting Mr. Vinod Kumar to give us a guideline and give us a better platform to work with RR Plastic and Roma. Vinod Kumar ji, I think you are there. Vinod ji, Mr. Vinod Kumar. Hello. Okay.
From Reliance.
Yeah, I think he's online, but I will call you later. And first of all, I'm inviting Mr. Prashant Trivedi. He has some questions about RR Plastic. So Mr. Prashant Trivedi from Sangir Plastic. Prashant ji. Prashant ji. Hello. Okay, I will read his question. When you expressed high speed extrude and barrier screw, you would increase the shear and mechanical internal heating at the screw core. How you are handling this situation? Hello, Bhushan ji. Bhushan ji. Hello. Hello. Vipul bhai.
Bhushan ji is unmuted. Bhushan ji.
Bhushan ji. Hello. Hello, Bhushan ji. Hello.
Voice is not
Hello,
going.
Bhushan ji. I think some technical problem. He is not able to.
We
Vinod
need to
bhai,
call him
are you there?
actually.
Vinod bhai, Reliance Industries, are you there?
क्या हुआ मनोज?
Hello.
मनोज
Bhushan ji,
क्या
are you
हुआ?
there? Actually, there is some technical issue, network issue. Bhushan ji, are you hearing us? Hello. Hello. Bhushan ji.
He is
Hello.
there, but
Just a minute, sir. Hello, Bhushan ji. Hello, Bhushan ji. Are you hearing?
I think you call him. I think he should rejoin the thing. That will be better.
Yeah.
I'm available with another option. Can you hear me now?
You are
Yes,
audible, but
yes.
your voice is low.
Yeah. Now I
Yeah.
can answer your question, sir.
Yeah. First question is from Mr. Vinod Kumar.
Yeah. Hello.
Bhushan ji. Vinod bhai, are you?
Hello.
Vinod bhai.
Yes,
Hello.
sir. हाँ.
Bhushan ji, there is one question from Vinod bhai for Reliance Industries. He is asking that have you prepared an online program for your customers or their employees? Online program, training programs.
Online program means in certain customers who has demanded for that, for the training or installations, we have done for certain products, but not for the whole industry.
And have you prepared any online service training program, service training? If any customer want a service from you.
Yeah. This is yeah. I have shown you during my presentation. We have done the installation itself in Sharjah, in Oman. We have installed the machines from here. It's not only about training or service. We have trained them, we have guided them, and they are now successfully running the machine.
Okay. One question is from Mr. Prashant Trivedi. He is asking that how you managing shear?
Yeah. I understood the question. Yeah. He told me because of the high speed, and question can be related that friction heat can be generated into screw and barrels. Yes, it is possible, but this depend on the screw design. In our extruders, we have three things. First of all, there will be very less friction heat will be generated, very less because of the screw design. Second thing, all the heating sections are in closed loop with the PID temperature controller and blowers. And if a customer need a certain material to process which can be higher friction heat generation, then I can give the barrel with the water cooling also. So these all options are available. But in general, rotor molding industry, you don't need any water cooling. A air cooling section with the right heating element will solve your purpose. You will never get friction heat inside my screw barrel.
Okay, thanks. One question is from Mr. Jayant Sharaf. He is asking that is there any separate measurement of heating load and motor load?
Yeah, in normal machines we put the energy meter where one can observe the total machine load, but for the heating load and drive load they want to separate it out, then customer must go for a separate inbuilt panel section where heating section is completely isolated from the drive section. There will be have a two incomers, and there I can put capacitor and I can show on the energy meter. Or next stage I can show all these options, all this feature on the touchscreen operation. If you go for a PLC machine, where Jayant ji can see his heating load, drive load, and then total connected load, running power, and how many rupees per kg machine is consuming, that also I can show you. One can select a country, put the power rate of that country, and it can show that Kenya shilling for 1 kg of polymer processed on my machine. These features are available on my PLC based machines. What we comment, it will be shown on the screen.
Yeah, thanks. One question is from again from Jain Sarabji. He is asking that is the heating method is a direct cartridge heater or anything else? Heating method.
Yes, yes. I know. Jayan ji is following with me from long time. Yeah, there are different heating elements are available. As we were talking about the power saving, which was the subject of the webinar also. There are certain different elements are coming now. IR heaters or different sections, induction heaters. Yes, this can be utilized in soon, but availability of these systems, service support, and education to customer is important. Like if I'm going to use induction heater or some other element, what additional cost he has to pay me and what he's going to get recovered from using this system. So this will be a future things into the machine. Slowly we have started incorporating it, and it is right. Next few years everybody can see these new systems into the extruders. Jayanji is right. One should start using these all new systems to reduce the power cost, because अगर global platform पे जाना है और compete करना है और ड्रैगन से fight करना है, तो only section is that quality product देना पड़ेगा, time पे delivery देनी पड़ेगी, compromise नहीं चलेगा. So where you can control is in your factory, in your production, is in your manufacturing, by utilizing less power consuming equipment, by using automation, by reducing your manufacturing cost and making in quantity, is the only solution to fight with dragon.
Mr. Venkat Mahadevan is our FGC board member. Venkat ji, are you here? Venkat bhai? Okay, Venkat is asking what exactly is meant by higher dispersion of color pigments.
Sorry,
Bhushan ji?
higher dispersion.
What
Higher
exactly-
dispersion means penetration of the pigment into polymer chain. If your pigment penetration into polymer chain is better during the melting, then the properties of the finished granule will be very high quality. Every polymer chain will have a same pigment level, so the finished product will be better quality, and the end product which is going to use this compound will have a better properties in terms of UV protection, in terms of appearance, in terms of mechanical properties.
Venkat ji was also asking one question: is there a test unit or a standard to determine the level of dispersion?
Yes. Labs are available in the market.
Yeah.
You can give it. You can give your granules. They can give you the dispersion structure graphically and in different ways. These are available into the market. One can approach the compound or one can approach the finished product. Both can be tested.
Yeah, thanks. Mr. Ravi Kadiwar, are you there? Ravi ji?
Yes,
Mr. Ravi Kadiwar asking, Ravi ji, you can ask directly, please, sir.
Yes. Yeah. Good afternoon, Bhushan ji. Very nice presentation. Superb.
Thank you very much, sir. We have learned from you all processors.
I have two questions. First is regarding the static mixture. So is it part of a screw or is a different attachment to the extruder?
Yeah, no, it is not a part of screw. It is a additional attachment which can be incorporated between screen changer and the die, which will surely improve the 25 to 20% product quality or dispersion quality into your existing machines.
Okay, sir. Perfect. And second one is you said that depending on the material, you have different screw profiles. So, for example, right now in India, the materials which are available, they range from 3 MFI to almost 7 MFI. So, since there is a lot of difference between MFI, so what kind of solutions you can provide? So, will the same
See,
screw profile
generally,
work?
yeah, no. Generally, for 3 to 7 MFI, mostly those are polyolefins, like you can say LLDP. But
Yes.
when I use the terms different screw profile, there are some engineering applications are coming in rotomolding industry where people are using the low MFI material or some different material. There we have to change the profile. But in general category for 3 to 7 MFI, if you are using a LLDP grade, my general screw, which is designed for this industry, is more than enough. But then if you are not happy with the mixing or homogenizing for some material, then my next element, static mixer, will help you.
Okay.
Raviji, did you got it?
Raviji,
Last, I would like to add, you mentioned all the questions and the solutions that your machine provide. Hello,
Yeah,
am I audible?
yeah.
Hello.
Raviji.
Yeah. So, last I would like to add is all the questions that you mentioned and the solutions that your machine provides. I would like to add one more is the low scrap
Yeah.
generation. So what we, after using your machines, what we have found out is, for example, when we change color from even black to white, we hardly take around 20 to 25 kilos of color change, which is commendable. So we are using Italian technology. We are using different extruders, but yours is one of the best that we recommend. So you need to
Thank you,
add that
Raviji.
to your achievement, low scrap generation, and rest
Yeah,
all
if
is
this comes from my customer, then it is a more appreciable instead of I am talking about my equipment. And the story which I narrated, it was the story of Raviji only. He had some extruders. He was facing to get approved his product into European market, and we did this challenge on his request, and he has tested this material with his European client on these parameters. Am I right, Raviji?
yes, sir, and it passed with flying colors. True.
Yeah. Thank you, Raviji, for putting these words on this platform. It's very important.
God bless you. See you later, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
thank you, Raviji. And Mr. Rajan, are you there? Mr. Rajan? Oh, okay. I have 3 questions from Mr. Rajan. First question is kilowatt power per kg. Any thumb rule for LLDP extrusion technique process?
No,
Any
there is
thumb
no
rule
thumb
for
rule.
LLDP extrusion?
No, there is no thumb rule for LLDP, but you can say thumb rule for RR machine is 0.18 or 0.2 because of the screw designs. But other industry which are using a common equipment, they generally calculate 0.3 to 0.4 while processing their materials because of the bigger diameter screws and lower outputs.
Okay. One more question from Mr. Rajan. He's asking ki after extrusion we have to wait for some time for pulverizing. So is there any process to remove this waiting time?
Yeah, you can start using the chiller into your equipments, because now most of the manufacturer are using the cooling tower water, which is a normal room temperature or 5 degree less than the room temperature. And then you are just able to cool the surface of the granule. Inside the granule, still it is not gold cooled. So it requires some 6 hours or 8 hours downtime before you utilize into pulverizer. So start using the higher cooling length or better cool water. Start using chiller, it will improve the efficiency.
Same question is related to this. Are you working for any compounding line that is directly work with pulverizing? After the compounding, compound will directly go to pulverizing.
Some of the clients are doing it. Yeah, some of the clients are doing it. Some of the clients are not observing this. Like our client in South Africa, Clive Robert, he is putting all his compound granules directly into pulverizer. Even few clients in India is doing it, but they must have some internal system conveying the material from my extruder to the pulverizer, where they must have used something to cool down, to get the temperature down, which is possible,
Can I
sir.
come in?
Which is possible.
Can I come in? I mean, we do it, and what we have done, Rajanji, is we have added the air-cooled air chiller to our pulverizers, even at the feeding zone. So whenever the material which has been sucked from the jumbo bag after extrusion, the first passes through the chilled air and then it enters the mill. So that helps you. That has helped us directly conveying the material to the pulverizer.
And this cool air you are getting from
Air-cooled air
special
chiller.
equipments, air-cooled air chillers.
Yeah,
Okay,
air-cooled
so
air
that
chiller. Yes.
yeah. So I will take it in such a way, when the finished product coming from the granulation, you can put a blower which will suck the material, pass through the system where it will come in contact with this cooled air before it reaches to the pulverizer. So this system can be designed depending on the factory area, the pulverizer and the extruder distance, but it is possible. And
So it
Ravi
been
is doing
supplied
it.
by all it has been supplied by all major pulverizing system providers. So it's easily
Yeah,
available.
they can help you, or even the extrusion people can help you if you ask the
Yes.
support.
Okay, thanks, superb presentation, and Bhushan ji. Thanks for your technical expertise, and we are looking for a greater association with you in the future also. And for that remark, I am handing over to Vipul Rathod ji for a vote of thanks. Vipul ji, over to you.
Thank you, Manoj ji. Thank you, Bhushan ji, for a wonderful presentation. Dear honorable Roma members and non-members, respected speakers and sponsors, and my Roma FGC Roma members. I, Vipul Rathod, director of FGC Roma and a partner of Simplex Plast, Mumbai. We are based in Mumbai. Simplex Plast is the pioneer company since 1990 into manufacturing of plastic water tanks, custom molding, material handling products, under the leadership of my father Suresh Rathod and my younger brother Bhavin Rathod. I feel honored and privileged having an opportunity to offer vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. First of all, I would like to thank you all the senior and superiors for showing trust in Roma. I am extremely elated to announce the successful closure of 11th webinar, which we are getting overwhelming response and love across the Roto fraternity. And we are sincerely thankful to all the Roma members for attending the series of webinars and getting knowledge, enhancement and learning. RR Extrusion Plast is very well established name in rotomolding sector, and almost all the major companies have their machines in under RR Plast. Very soon we will be meeting again on our 12th webinar, which would be, I think so, on 15th or 8th of August. Shetty, I'm right?
Yeah, 8th of August.
8th of August 2020. Thank you once again, and it was a very good presentation, and see you now very soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening me. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bhushan ji, and all the members.
Thanks, Bhushan ji, and all the members for attending this webinar.
Yeah.
Thanks, LK sir. Thanks, Shetty ji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vipul bhai.
Thank you.